Hi everybody, it's me, Tbsp. Today I'm doing a cinnamon roll, and I'm going to show you how to get the ingredients together, what all you need. So, if you want to walk this way, young lady, and show them what they have to have. And we're going to start off with our flour, milk, sugar, eggs, butter, yeast. You can use the yeast from a pack or from the jar. You use 2 tablespoons and 1/4 from a jar, and cinnamon. And here is our water, and it has to be warm water, at least 110 degrees. And you're going to put sugar, 1 tablespoon of sugar or a little less in the water, because the sugar activates the yeast. And then you take your yeast and you want to pour it over. And I'm doing this kind of fast because my water has to stay warm so my yeast can activate. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side right here. And now we're going to go start with the ingredients, because this takes like about 4 minutes for the yeast to activate. So I'm going to start with the milk, sugar, butter, and 1 egg, which I'm going to crack in here first because I want to make sure I don't get no shells in it. And 1 egg. And then we are going to put our vanilla in here, which is just very little. Put a little extra if you want, but I like the vanilla in there. It gives it a better taste for me. And we are going to mix this. And you're going to mix this for like about a minute or 2. Why do you have the camera on me?
Oh, you said on me.
Okay, so now that we have this, I have this going for like about a minute or so. I'm going to kind of like clean up the sides a little because I want to make sure I get everything in there. And as you can see, the yeast is pretty much there. So you want to pour that in there. We want to get our yeast all in there. And we want to mix that for about a minute. Just want to make sure we just get it a little mixed in there and incorporate it. Okay. You can see how the butter is still sitting on here, so I'm going to let this go for another 30 seconds maybe. No, I'm just going to let that go for just a few seconds. There we go. Okay, and then here we have our salt and our flour, which I'm going to add the salt in there. I did already. And I'm going to add just a little bit of the flour, half of my ingredient. You don't have to put it in there, Mila. You can just keep the camera where it's at. It's only going to be half of the ingredients. I'm only putting half of the ingredients in there, so it doesn't matter. They're going to be able to see it. We want to mix it where it gets incorporated. Okay. I'm going to clean our sides down. Definitely want to get it. So we're going to add our other half of our flour and salt. I usually just put a little bit in at a time in case I put a little bit too much flour, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure it's so as you can see, it's forming really good here. Oh, let me lock this up here. And you want to just do this for like about 5 minutes. Not even. I say 3 to 4 minutes. Some people do it 5, some do it more. But just you have to let it go for like 3 to 4 minutes. Yeah, you want to get this going for like 3 to 5 minutes. There's no doubt about it. You want to incorporate this real good. So what I do is I take it out. I'm not going to leave it in there for the full 5 minutes, so it's going to stay for another minute. And as you can see, it formed perfectly the way I wanted. So I'm going to knead it a little bit because I think I added maybe a little too much flour, but not sure. Looks really good. This is the way I wanted it, so I want to make sure all the there. And what we want to do is I have a bowl here. It has oil in it, and you want to make sure that it's put in here. Make sure you put your oil in. And I'm going to keep that in there for about, I'd say about an hour and a half. It has to sit. So you cover it up with plastic wrap, and you're going to put it in a warm place. And come back an hour and a half, and I'll show you what's next. Okay, my dough is already rise as far as it's going to rise. So I'm going to just put a little flour right there and bring it out. And what I'm going to do is stretch my dough. I don't know if it's, I need to do it with my rolling pin or whatever. But my dough didn't expand that much as I wanted it to, so but just want to make sure it's big enough to put on there. And then here I want to mix the sugar, cinnamon, and the brown sugar. You want to mix it all up. You want to make sure it's all incorporated. Smells good already. Can you smell it, honey? Okay. Okay, we got this all out. Whoa. I want to make sure I got. Okay. Then you want to put your butter all on here. I might have a little too much butter, but it's okay. Okay. And then you want to sprinkle this on here. Just making sure I have it all incorporated in there. It smells good already. This is your brown sugar and your cinnamon and everything that's in here, so that's okay. I kind of want to rinse my hands off, so just bear with me. Okay, and then your next step is you want to roll this. Make sure it's a tight roll. Make sure you got it in tight. It's like, don't waste your time, hey honey? And of course I want to put a little bit of water at the end so we can get it to stick. That's the main reason for the water. Okay. And then I'm trying to find one of my bigger knives, which right here. So you want to cut it right through the middle, which I shouldn't have did this without putting my board in here. But you want to make sure you get at least of course I cut the ends off because the ends we don't really need. So thank you, honey. I forgot that I had to keep you had the camera on. I could have made these a little bigger if I wanted, but I wanted to get enough. And then these are going to sit, then you have to let them sit for like another hour because they have to rise again. So as you can see, my dough didn't rise big enough to get them, so I'm going to cut this piece here and put that one there. Okay. And then you just cover it up, you let it rise, and then you put it in the oven. So when they rise after an hour, I will be back to show you exactly what they look like. Okay, as you can see, I have them wrapped in the plastic already. They're all ready to go in the oven. You wait 1 hour, and after an hour, I will show you what they look like when I bring them out of the oven. Matter of fact, I'll show you how high they rise before I put them in the oven. And then I'll show you what they look like after, and then we'll work on the icing that goes on top. So this is what you do to them. I don't like to talk too much through my videos. I kind of like to show people what I do, because while I'm talking, sometimes I forget if I'm adding the right ingredients in there, or I forget if I added any, even though I have them in front of me. But this is what you do. You just let them rise for an hour. So we'll be back to show you. Okay, everybody, so my cinnamon buns rise, or rose, as you can see. I'm going to stick them in the oven, and then after I get them out of the oven, I will show you what they look like before we put the icing on. Alright, everybody, now I'm going to do the icing on this miserable cinnamon buns that took me forever to do. So I'm going to put the cream cheese in, and the cream cheese should be room temperature, and it's a little cold. So what I'm going to do is just let it hit, put it on in a second. So catch on. It's supposed to be at room temperature, and I don't have it at room temperature. So, but anyways, we're going to add all the ingredients, the milk. Oh, the milk went last, honey. I messed it up.
No, what happened?
I messed it up. Because the milk, well, the milk can go in there too.
It doesn't matter.
A little bit at a time.
Yeah.
And I'm so sleepy, I can't even think anymore, focus. With everything, you just put everything in there to milk. And the sugar. It's all going in there together. But and I just let it go. Just lock it up. And just let it spin. Usually you wait till last to put the milk in because you want to know where you want it, but this is going to be the same. I'm just going to have to spin it a little longer than normal. So, once that cream cheese melts, everything will be fine. So I really didn't mess up. I just wanted to put the milk in last because... Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. And put some more milk in there. And all the ingredients I'll put on side of the site instead of just telling you what all I need. Just want to make sure that oh, that looks good. A little more milk because we want to ice and we don't want to glaze icing. Okay, everybody, so I am done, and I'm going to dump the icing over the you notice I made it a little thick because I love it thick. I love it thick. And where did my spatula go? Oh, my spatula. I'm not going to put too much on it because hubby doesn't like all this frosting or icing. So I want to kind of like just spread. Oh God, I'm holding this camera myself while I'm doing this, just so you know why it's so shaky. Just in case you want to know. If you just want to drip it on, it's fine. Since this is a very thick one, I made it kind of thick. I'm not going to put too much on the left side because, like I said, hubby has diabetes and he has to eat this too. So, this is it. This is it. This is our cinnamon buns. Alright, anyways, I already put the frosting on. I have my husband holding the camera now because he was watching the news and I didn't want to bother him. So, this is our nice and little bunnies. Woo.
Doom, 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 doom.
So I'll put the ingredients all on the website. Oh, they're nice and hot. And you can see how nice and cinnamony they are. And I'll let hubby taste the piece. How you like it, honey? Anyway, I'll put everything on the website. Excuse all the shaking in the camera and everything, but this is it. Alright, everybody, thank you for watching my video, and let me know how you liked it. Bye. Okay, this is it. This is the nice cinnamon bun. Cinnamon roll, cinnamon, whatever you want to call it.